Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're not new, my name is Sunny, and today's reading is going to be about how will your personality change in the near future. So we have 3 piles, pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So go ahead and select the pile you're attracted to or piles, and I will see you at your pile selection. So I will start with pile 1. Sorry, this is paper, and I'm trying to make the background cute. So I have to hold the paper. Oh, this is a close-up of your card, sorry. You have the Tower reversed for you, pile 1. So for you, pile 1, I think that you will be actually going through a lot of changes in perspective. I think that whatever you're thinking about, philosophy perhaps, or when you talk to yourself, self-talk, that's really going to be changing in the near future. I don't think many people will notice quite right away, but they will, because this is drastic changes. Even though they start internally, I feel that once you're fully done making those drastic changes in spirituality, in your self-talk, in your perspective on maybe your faith, self-faith, or not lacking faith, lacking confidence, anything that's relating to just not putting yourself right up in the pedestal, it's definitely feeling like you will be changing this. Maybe it might bring a lot of chaos internally, a lot of not negative emotions, but it brings a lot of fear, it brings a lot of confusion, a lot of disturbances in your mental space, because this is something that is boiling within. It's not like hot water boiling in a pan, but it's kind of getting there, where you're like, I can't contain this, I have to change, I have to make something different, so I don't have these strong emotions. That is just, it's like passive aggressiveness, but not quite. It's just like you have to release it and channel that into a positive reaction. And I think that's what your body's asking of you right now, is that you have to change. And I think that you're going to be able to change your personality a lot because of it. And it might be one of those things where it's like a dark night of the soul. And again, it's just, I think this was the change that you brought on, and not some outside source per se, but I think that you're the one that's creating this change. It's causing a little bit of havoc in your life and the internal space, but it will pass. Again, your personality will change a lot, and this is such a big confirmation. And my confirmation card for you is the World upright. So I think you're just going to be changing a lot of your philosophical views, a lot of your mind is going to expand. I think you're expanding yourself a lot in this. Let me just leave it like that. I think that you're going to be able to really just be very outwardly and very philosophical, very like mentor like leadership roles that you're going to be thriving in. So yeah, I think that's very positive outlook, pile 1. I think that you're going to be thriving a lot, but it's a lot of it has to do with your views, perspectives, learning from others and teaching others what you've learned and accumulated so far. So I hope that helped, pile 1. That's why your that personality is going to change, where you're going to be a lot more, not preachy, but a lot more, you share a lot of your views easily to others, a lot more open for discussion, philosophies, and just a lot of different expansions in regards to your education in that sense. Just expanding your mind and horizons, and people might like that. I think that's going to be someone that's going to be very worldly, very knowledgeable, someone that's very different. Possibly you're not like that in this moment, but you'd like to be. I think you're trying to really expand yourself a lot with who you are. Have a sense of security with your words. I think you're going to be very well traveled. If you're not traveling, you're just traveling in your mind and your space. But yeah, I think you're going to be communicating a lot in a very dynamic way. So I hope that helped pile one. Let me hold this so it doesn't fall apart. And thank you all for listening in. Select a different pile if you were attracted to. There could be a message there for you, and I will start with pile 2. Pile 2, this is a close-up of your card. Ooh, you have the 7 of Swords upright. How will your personality change in the near future? I think you're going to be very sneaky. I think you're going to be... This is someone that gets away with things, right? Sorry for my fingers. This is someone that gets away with things, and I think you're going to be very cunning. I think you're going to be cunning with your words. Very snappy. Someone that maybe likes to start some ish and walk away when the fire gets too hot. You're like, okay, I'm done here. Thank you all for listening. So I definitely think you're someone that knows when to talk, but also when to walk away when it gets too heated, because you don't need to start more arguments that can escalate against you. I think that you can also be know when people are trying to pull a smart one on you. This is a deceptive kind of card, but I don't think necessarily you're trying to purposely deceive people, but rather if someone's trying to deceive you, you know when to, walk away from that situation. A great example is, imagine someone trying to sell you things, like those pyramid scheme people, MLM people, and they're like full of BS, because they're only trying to sell you things. They don't really care about you. So when you're like, okay, you're just putting that advertising, but I know you don't really mean it, that kind of thing. I think when you have your discernment, intuition pretty strong, I think that you know when to call it out. That's what I feel. But I think you're going to be very cunning with your words, very, very sharp and mental, and strong air energy for this one. Possibly a strong Gemini in your chart, possibly Aquarius and Libra, but I think it's someone that's like like walking away. I don't think you can see my fingers, but imagine yourself just kind of walking away skittish, undetected, like a fox. Very strong fox energy. So yeah, bit of a trickster, bit of a funny personality, in the sense where I just think of, if you're into Marvel, I'm not so much into Marvel now, but I used to like more things, related to that. I think of Loki. Sorry, my voice is like very, very screechy, so I'm like whispering. So I think of Loki. Loki is like mischievous, cunning, funny like that. I don't know, I just think it's pretty funny. Like, he likes to pull tricks on Thor, in that sense of like always wanting to one-up each other. And for you, your card that I have, your confirmation card, is a Hermit upright. So I think you're very knowledgeable, and I think you're going to be, I think you just like seek a lot of truth, like you seek a lot of, you're trying to separate fact from fiction. I think you're good at that. You're very discerning. I know the Hermit card is someone that's like introverted and stuff, but it's someone that's very knowledgeable. It's someone that's very smart. I do think you're smart intellectually, inside and out. But it's funny how you have like an older man here and a young man, so possibly you could have like the appearance of a young person and the interior an older person, right? The maturity of an older person, the wisdom of an older person. So I definitely think that you're very smart, very cunning. Your personality is going to show that, but you're also going to be very cunning and like in a fox kind of way. So that's how your personality is going to change in the near future. Just you're going to be a lot more noticeable when it comes to your wisdom, and people will notice that you're very sharp. This does not mean you're nerdy. It just means you're sharp, you're smart, you're educated. You know how to disprove and prove things, that it makes enough of an effort that people don't make a fool out of you. So that's what I feel for you, pal, too. I hope you enjoyed your message. Select a different pile if you want to. There could be a message there for you. Sorry, I'm trying to keep my paper straight. And I will start with pile 3. There. I'm going to show a close-up of pile 3. Oh, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, bright. So, pile 3, how will you change? You will change drastically, and no one's going to see it coming. And I can't pinpoint necessarily specific on a certain personality trait, because this is such, I know this is on the Aquarius energy, but I give like Uranus, strong Uranus energy, where it's like fast change, fast change, unforeseen change, necessary change for the better. And you might not see that. You might think you're going one way and you're going a totally different way with this pile. You have all the elements here, and that's why it's called the Wheel of Fortune. You kind of play, and you let the odds win against you, or you let them win for you. So I think you're going to be betting that it's going to be for a ride. Your personality is going to change 180, that's for sure. And it's going to be a wild ride. It's going to be fun, adventurous, interesting. But only you can be the person who, I guess, measures that to the best of your abilities, right? So I guess I can always pull I was going to wait a little longer, but I guess I can pull my confirmation card for you, pile 3. I think that it'd be interesting to know where it's headed, more or less, in a more specific way. Only because I'm also interested in getting to know what kind of games is life playing you. Because I know that when I can tell you one thing, life's gonna be funny like that, and show you. It's like, nope, that's not where you're headed. So I more or less want to tell you like the brief, some brief pointers out there for you. Some brief pointers for you to not watch out for, but like take in consideration as to where this change might be coming from. So for you in the confirmation, I'm going to give you a close-up of your card, pile 3. Your pile selection is 10 of Pentacles reversed. So for you, pile 3, I don't want to say it's like necessary. I don't want to necessarily say it's like financial loss, because you can always learn from this. But let me give you some scenarios where this could apply. So you could be extremely well off, and suddenly you're like not from rags to riches. It could be from rags to riches kind of story, and then suddenly you're stable. Or you could have a really well balanced lifestyle, and then suddenly the Wheel of Fortune comes in, and you're like, oh no, like everything's falling apart. I have to start new again. And you're learning. I feel like this is like every literal movie plotline. Like that wealthy person who like learns to live and be happy in like these unfortunate scenarios. I think of like Lindsay Lohan in Just My Luck with this one. I know it sounds funny, but I think of like, you could be like, this could be your plot line, pile 3. you're like Lindsay Lohan in Just My Luck. If you haven't seen it, it's a really cute movie with I forgot his name, Chris Pine. There you go, Chris Pine, and it's basically how she doesn't even give a second thought of all the great things that have been at her disposal because of her generous amount of luck in her life, and then suddenly everything's upside down and it's taken away by a kiss from Chris Pine, right? And ironically, he needed that luck at the moment that it switched because everything was hard on him. He had a very Saturnian life, but he dealt with it and he made the best of it with his personality. And I feel this is you. You're going to learn a lot from this, possibly, or you're going to learn a lot from other people's failures. That could be it also. Learning how to succeed amidst all odds. I don't think I'm saying that word. Yeah, but you get the gist. Amongst all odds, basically. So you're going to find a sense of security in the weirdest places, the weirdest people, weirdest connections. But just ironically, it's going to be fulfilling. And I think you don't see that. It's going to fulfill you internally. It's going to feel interesting. Not great, but not bad. It's just weird. And I think that's what I have for you, Pile 3. Your personality is going to change in a nick of time, I guess. And you won't even know. But it won't be bad. It's to take it with a stride. This is a learning lesson. Another way you can see this is that you're going to start learning from your failures, possibly also that were supposed to bring in monetary success, and it didn't. And then finally something clicks and it just works. But it's going to take you, I don't think it's going to take you that long, because Pentacles also reversed. So this isn't something that's going to take you a long time. It's just something that switches from day to night. And then, yeah, I mean, I think that it has a lot to do with once you pour in your creativity. I somehow feel it's related to your creativity. Even though this isn't necessarily there, but I feel like it's related to your creativity. You're going to pour your emotions there, and that's gonna be able to kind of help you out navigate this. I hope that helped Pile 3. Sorry, I think you could have been attracted to Pile 2 too, but Pile 3, your personality will change in the near future because of some incredibly unforeseen, drastic change that's gonna hit you in a ton of bricks. But it's a learning lesson, and you're gonna be feeling fulfillment, as you proceed, because you're gonna find satisfaction and happiness in the weirdest places, and you won't even know. So yeah, again, take it with a grain of salt. Just learn from your failures. There's always a lesson, but it's always the interesting places that you meet the most interesting people as well. So yeah, you're gonna obviously find success, financial success, once you secure this first. But you're gonna learn. I think that's not necessarily what everybody wants to hear, but again, this is what I have for you, Pile 3. And it might not always be this drastic. People always make it seem like a drastic, but again, it maybe just causes some turmoil, but not in a negative way where it's like busy, but more so in the way where you're disrupted. There's a lot of disruption here, just disruption in your finances and disruption in your sense of path. Something just clicks that's different, and that's how you explore that. You learn to explore other avenues of income, of security, of self-security. Just long-term success is going to be provided when you step out of that comfort zone. See? So that's not such a bad message for you, Pile 3. It's interesting though, but I still think it's like Lindsay Lohan and Chris Pine in Just My Luck. I just keep thinking of that. Whether you're Lindsay Lohan or Chris Pine is something that only you can answer, but think of your situations and more or less like just that drastic change from like rags to riches or riches to rags, but still finding like balance in both, you know, and learning valuable lessons in both states of mind, I guess, and also outside sources. So I hope that helped out 3. I think I spent more time with you than anybody else because I thought this was super interesting. So thank you all for listening. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. It helps me out with my algorithm. Thank you all for subscribing and my subscribers and everyone who's been supporting me this far. I appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day because you made it a wonderful day, not because I told you to, because you put the effort in there, not so much me. So thank y'all for sticking by, and have a really fun day. Bye, guys.